What is up, YouTube? So I'm back with another video. Pretty excited about this one because here we got the Camaro, and as you guys know, when I first got the car, this thing didn't run, so it's come a long ways. But this is the only key I was given for it, which was the ignition only. I went to my local locksmith's here where I live. So now I have 4 keys. One key that works, this one and this one are separate keys. So in this year of car, for some reason, they used to not make all your keys match the ignition and the locks on the door and the trunk with your T-tops and your nice little locking glove box back there. For some reason, they had every single lock on this car completely separate. So you had your ignition key that would run your ignition. Then you would have a separate key which would unlock and lock your doors. So this is my locked door now, which I'm so happy that I can do now. Unlocking. So can't wait until I don't have to slam the freaking doors no more. I'm getting that fixed soon too. And then we got a locking door now. So that door locks. And this key works your trunk. Which I have struts coming, which I do not have in right now. Oh. And this thing I have to slam. It's got the hatch pull down, but I have the hatch pull down adjusted all the way down and turned off or unplugged but she's pretty flush. But I have to slam her because of the hatch pull down being unplugged. And she pops open with the key now. For some reason I did this. The reason I went and got the keys made is because there's a button inside my Camaro up there by the driver's seat. For some reason it quit working. I put a new relay in it. And that didn't work. I checked the wiring. Everything was fine. I was getting power to it, but I'm guessing it's that little switch in the middle right there. I'm guessing that had finally said I'm done. But we have the Camaro to where I have keys now. And this other key, this one's the one for the trunk. This other key does not work the trunk or the doors. And I'll just prove it. It'll go in, but it won't turn. As is this one. It'll go in and turn. So back to what I was saying, for some reason in these year cars, they did not make your ignition key work your trunk and your doors and all the other locks that's equipped on the car. So what they did is they gave you an ignition key, then they gave you a trunk and door lock key, and then they gave you a glove box. I think it's that. No, it's right here. See how the lock's on there? So they gave you a glove box and T-top key. Now on some models, that's the wrong key. Yep. Now on some models of these cars, if you did not have the T-tops, you had the luxury of your trunk lock matching your glove box in the trunk, but it didn't work your side doors. So, and you still had to have another key for your side doors. But this other key, I always have to look at them, because what's the difference is this one has that little notch in the bottom, and this one has the notch but a little point on it. If you can, probably can't tell the difference. One has a notch, the bottom one has that notch, and the other one doesn't have the notch, it has a point. This is my door, and this one's my trunk and T-tops. Or not trunk, T-tops. Glove box and T-tops. But now I have my T-tops that lock and unlock, which is pretty freaking cool. So they're locked. And then now I'm allowed to lock my doors and stuff. But there's something wrong with my anti-theft system again. So I'm not able to use my freaking ignition. So I got another thing on the way that'll bypass this little chip thing. It just goes down underneath the dash, and you zip tie it up and just leave it go and don't worry about it. All it is a thing that's replacing this little chip thing right here. Now I could just pop this chip out and solder it to the wires underneath, and then my ignition would start my car with the key. But I'm back to that little button again, starting the car, and I had to unhook it from my horn so I don't have a horn again. But I just want to give you guys an update. Not only that, I got new struts coming for the trunk. I already replaced the hood ones. I think I put a video up of that. I'm not sure, but make sure I didn't lock my keys in there. But anyways, I mean, I got 2 more keys in the house, but still. It cost me $90. It was $45 for the trunk and this lock, and I took them separately because I was trying to do them together and get them both done at the same time, but I couldn't get the lock out of back here because I couldn't get that button to work. So I ended up having to take the bolt. I had to take this plastic panel off. That's why it's broken right there in the center now. Yanked it out, and then had to unbolt all 3 bolts that was holding this latch in, and then pull out that yellow piece. It just pops off. It's just plastic that's holding it on there. And then there's this little clip right there. See if I can show you this little clip right here, a little metal clip. You just pull that out, and then your lock will pop out. And so then I went and took that lock there to the local locksmiths down in the next town down over. Hate that I have to slam that, but I noticed that latch thing is kind of bent, so we'll have to fix that too. But what I decided to do, this car's complete. It really is. I got some overtime in and ended up buying a new steering wheel quick release from NRG. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. There was this little piece right here. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was missing. I found it in the trunk of the car, so I don't have to buy that now. I just need this piece down here that covers this. Once I get that covered, and the headliner, don't worry about my little ghetto T-top sun visors. That's just temporary until I can get something more better. But I'm missing the T-tops headliner, but everything else in the car's here. It's sails and dash and all that. So the only thing in the side of the car is missing is the headliner. I'm just gonna buy the plastic one. To me, it don't matter. I'm just gonna buy the black plastic because look, everything in here is black plastic. So why not put black plastic up here too? You know what I mean? So, and then I'm gonna eventually upgrade the seats to 5th gen seats, which is like the 2015 Camaro and up. And then I'm gonna get the back seats to match whatever color seats I get up front. I'm gonna have them be upholstered at the same time. And there's a little upholstery shop down the road from where I live, so I'll go get that done. But now I can lock my cars, and let's see what else. So since everything's pretty much done, I did get the insurance to evaluate the car for these scratches. They are going to fix it. They are going to pay for it. So I'm going to have a paint job done here soon. So everything that's white on the car is staying white. The hood's going to stay black. They're going to do the whole car, because I did it as a weather claim, and there's a lot of stuff that's weathered on here. So so we got, again, locking doors. I'm locking my door. It's just gonna stay locked because this is a luxury car. I'm just glad I can lock my doors now. But and like I was saying, everything that's white on the car is going to stay white. Everything that's black on the car is going to be re-blacked. So this is going to get refinished. The bar in the middle is going to get refinished. And then the hood's going to get refinished black. Everything that's white staying white. So they'll be getting rid of this little crap that's going on here, these scratches and stuff like that. Going to get this refinished where it's all rusted. I got new of these things, just haven't got them put in yet. I'm waiting to buy some of the billet hood, hatch hinges before I install those. See, I got new struts coming for the hatch on the way. I ordered those when I got paid last night. I ordered those, and the adapting plate for putting the NRG steering wheel in, the quick release. I just think that that's going to be even more theft deterrent. If I was to accidentally leave my car unlocked, I can just take the steering wheel out and lay it in the trunk or take it with me. You know, that whole deal. Because if someone walks up to the car and sees there's no see that there's no steering wheel on there, they're gonna be like, what the heck? And then they're not gonna want to mess with it. But it's white, so everything, I'm gonna have the car white, and everything on the inside is going to be having white accents. But after the car is painted, I'm going to go get it wrapped to protect the paint even longer, and I'm gonna wrap it red. It's called Gloss Hot Rod Red. It's off of Retro Restyling online, and I'm gonna have everything that's white and gonna be that color. So imagine this car red, because right now it's white, and it's gonna be wrapped, but underneath there's gonna be a new paint job of the white. And I'm gonna get this stuff like this fixed, and I already fixed this side over here. You can still tell it, but you can feel it. So I need to get that fixed completely. This right here is smooth now, but it used to look like this, and I did it myself. But yeah, so all this black stuff I found out today is Plasti Dip. So it's just peeling right off. So the guy that had the car before me Plasti Dipped a lot of stuff black. So it's peeling off. Well, if you know what Plasti Dip is, it's paint protectant, but it's peelable. You can peel it right off. And they have it all over the underside of this thing here, so at one point they Plasti Dipped. See, that's just peelable paint. It sticks real good, but it peels off whenever you don't want it no more. So, and that's all it is. But they had this whole mirror Plasti Dip black. This was Plasti Dip black. This was Plasti Dipped black. And this was Plasti Dip black. And the rest of the car was white. So this stuff here was black. And then the rest was white. And then they had the mirrors black. And then this was black. And he had a flat black Plasti Dip on here, along with this stuff. So what was on the car when I first got it, that was like that flat black looking color, that was just Plasti Dip. Now this is actual paint. It's not peeling. That's actual paint. And that's actually the IROX. I'm starting to think this is the IROC, not the RS. It's got RS badges, but everything on this car is screaming IROC. Because he said he didn't paint these like this. He said the car came like this, but he said he repainted the front bumper white, but this was already black. And that's what the IROCs are like. They're already black. So, and then not only that, the RS, they didn't come with the V8s unless you put the V8 in them. But it's got the 5.0 V8 like the IROC did whenever they first, and plus this is an 89 car. They didn't start making the IROCs until I believe it was 88 up until 90. So I think there's 3 or 4 years of the IROC. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I remember, but I don't remember exactly But I do know there was about 3 or 4 years of the IROC, and they switched back over to the Z28 again. And then, but this being an 89, I'm believing it's the IROC. It just doesn't have the IROC badges, and because I don't think they made the RSs in the 89 with IROC stuff. I think I believe the RS was a V6, but this has a V8 motor in it. You could get the RS with a V8 if you ordered it from factory that way. But just everything on this car is screaming IROC, because the RS didn't have the pull down hatch. They didn't come with that. This thing's got the power windows and power locks, which the power locks don't work because I don't have the key fob, which is fine, I don't care. But the power windows work. I fixed this window motor. I got a window motor for that side, but it's still working, so I'm not worried about it. Anyways, the pull down hatch only came in the IROCs and the Z28s. They didn't put them in the RSs. So I'm 100% sure this is a IROC Z with RS badges. Now, the title does say that it's a Camaro, but it does not say what Camaro it is. It just says Camaro, which means it's a base model. And right here in the dash, I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to push the car or go over to the other side. But on the dash, you guys seen it. If you go back and look at my other videos, pause the video while I'm in the car, you can see it. But I'm gonna open this car door up and go ahead and show you anyways. But on the dash, turned it the wrong direction. On the dash, it says just Camaro. That's all it says. It just says just Camaro. And that's all it says on the title as well. It says it's a V8. It doesn't say that it's an IROC Z. It doesn't say that it's an RS. It doesn't say that it's a Z28. But the base model Z28s came with it just saying Camaro. This is not a base model. It's got the my mind's going blank, guys, so bear with me. Not a base model because it's got the power locks and power windows. Base models came with wind-up windows. Everybody knows that. So what I'm thinking is they switched out the dash for a base model dash. So this car probably could have been in pieces before, or the dash was so cracked up bad that they just decided to get a whole nother dash, which this one's starting to crack now just because it's old. But this, I'm pretty 100% sure I have an IROC Z sitting underneath my tent right now. The VIN's matching it to be an IROC, but when I do run the VIN, it does say RS, so it probably is an RS, but just everything that's on it they either mocked it up to make it look like the IROC. Now the VIN came back when I was getting it done at the car shop for the alignment. The VIN did come back saying it was an IROC Z. So sometimes it says it's IROC Z, sometimes it says it's an RS. So I'm pretty sure this is an IROC Z, and I'm sitting on the IROC Z right now with no lettering on the doors because somebody had already painted it and they took those letterings off. But here's the thing, the RS and the IROC are the exact same car. The only thing is that the RS had a flat hood, IROC had this hood. RS had a paint matched bumper where the lights right here were the same color as the bumper. IROC had the blacked out headlights like this. So I'm just not sure if I have an RS or an IROC Z, because some of the places I go, whenever they pull up the VIN, it says IROC Z, but some other places say it's an RS. So I could have an RS, I could have an IROC, but it is badged RS. But it could be an in between, because they probably was going to make it an IROC and then decided to just make it an RS, and there's a bunch of different possibilities on why it's coming up as an IROC. But yeah, I just want to give you guys an update on what's going on over here, what I got going on over here. The only thing this car needs now is, like I said, a paint job. Needs a paint job. And the T-tops in the middle leak. I gotta get that fixed. Gotta figure out what's going on. I believe it's this thing right here. I may have to replace this thing here. May have to take it apart and put some butyl up underneath of there. And then like butyl rope, and then just call it a day for that. And then once the leak's fixed in the T-tops, then I can go and put the headliner in. I'm not putting a headliner in while it's still leaking up there. That's just stupid. Because then I have to keep on taking it down just to plug up holes from leaking or whatever. I got this fixed now. I accidentally broke it. I paid $15 for this on Amazon, the new mirror. It was just a glass piece. What you do is you take this off, it pops off, and then you put the new glass in. I had put it on and then put some green masking tape and put it on around, and just to make sure it stayed in, and let it sit overnight. But other than that, I mean, this car's straight. It just needs a paint job and some small little things here and there now. Once she gets a paint job, I mean, she'll look like a brand new car. She drives nice. She's proven to be really reliable. I've drove her over, locked my doors, I forgot. But when I first got this car, she had, let's see, she's now got 91,000 miles on her. When I first got the car, it had, I believe, 87,000 miles on it. But that's just how much miles I put on her so far, and she's proven to be reliable with the miles that I have put on her. I've been going out places far, and I haven't got stranded, not at all. Before, whenever the anti-theft system was messing up, I did get stranded, but here at the house. Fortunately, she made it all the way to the house before she would shut off and not start back up. And then I figured out that it was the anti-theft system that was making it act up. But I also don't have a check engine light no more either, because what that problem was, where I was having a check engine light, that was the EGR valve solenoid. It was not hooked up to the carb TBI system correctly. They had it hooked up to the wrong port, so I got online, I followed up the schematics and followed the vacuum lines where they're supposed to go, and then I got that fixed. So now my check engine light's off. As you can see, we don't have this little round RPM gauge here anymore. I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos. I got this RPM gauge fixed. Still having oil pressure issues. The oil pressure gauge is not working, but I believe that it's because my oil pressure switch needs replaced. But yeah, once I get that stuff off, just little things here and there that I need to get fixed on her, and then she'll be pretty good. This car's been neglected, and not badly, but just for little things here and there, leaving things mess up and not fixing them. Like this here, I don't like that at all. This top switch is not hooked to anything anymore. It used to run my lights that had the blue halos in them, and I went back to the stock lights and got rid of all that wiring and stuff in one of my other videos. I don't remember which video it was, but I went ahead and got rid of all that stuff and then went back to the stock lights. So this switch here is not hooked to anything anymore. It's just sitting in there, but I wasn't going to take it out and leave just a freaking hole be there. This light here is to my light pods underneath underneath the bumper. Those two fog lights that are up underneath of there, those are run to this switch now, and they're LEDs. Let's see what else. I gotta fix the high beam switch. The high beams are stuck on, but I'm just trying to get things fixed that are nice looking before I fix the stuff that actually needs fixed for nighttime purposes, because I don't drive this car at night, so I don't need that high beam switch fixed right now. I drive it during the daytime. I replaced some of the bulbs inside of here. Like, I didn't need to, but I already had this out to put that dash in, so I was like, I'm just gonna put some new bulbs in there. So now I have a light that tells me I'm turning left, and a light that tells me I'm turning right. Before I only had this right light, and this left light was blown out. So I put that left light in, so now I have one that tells me I'm turning left, which is nice. And then I fixed this thing I don't know if you guys remember in my very first video, this was just wires hanging out. I bought a whole new one of these. Something's up with the little mechanical thing inside here now, so my wipers stay on unless I pull the fuse underneath the dash. So whenever the car's just sitting, I pull the fuse, or I'm not using the wipers, I pull the fuse. If not, then this stuff just stays on all the time. If not, I mean, it's not even engaging in here no more. It engages for high, and that's it. And then it engages for mist, but it's not engaging for off. Cruise control, she works. I love it. I'm planning on buying another one of these odometer things because my trip miles, they don't work. And it's easy to put the miles up to that. All you gotta do is put a screwdriver in there and start turning it from the inside in there, and then it'll go up to the mileage you need it to. But for this car having 91,000 miles on it, and it is 91,000 miles, because Carfax does back that stuff up. And even the title, when I first got the title, it did say 78,000 miles on it whenever he had got it. So this car, I mean, even the condition it is right now, it's proven. It's an 89 model car. It's got rust on it, but my little 97 Escort, silver Escort, it's sitting out there. It's got rust on it, and it's a 97. And it's only got 150,000 miles on it. But it's not through rust. It's just surface rust in certain spots, to where the rain can just sit and not be able to run away. So this car has proven that it really does have the 91,000 miles on it. It's got the signs that it's starting to get to the mileage where there it is. These seats are not original. So this hole was from a car that had these seats before. But these are 4th gen seats. These are not 89 Camaro seats. These are out of a 4th gen Camaro, and this is a 3rd gen. So these seats are out of a 93 to a, let's see, I believe 93 to 2003 was the 4th gen. And then 2003 or 2004 to I think 15 was the 5th gen. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I kind of remember, but I kind of don't at the same time. But I just know that these are from a 93 specific car, because that's what he told me they were whenever he installed them. He got them out of a 93 and put them in here. The back seats, they're not the matching ones, but he got these seats out of a 93 Camaro. And I'm thinking about swapping this seat here over to this side, just because I don't have the rip in it on the side. And these are both, for some reason, they're both This is a passenger side seat because the thing's down here to adjust everything. Don't know why he put a passenger side seat in a driver's side. And then that side's the passenger side as well. But I think I'm just going to swap them out because that one goes back further. Which I'm going to need to go back further because my legs are short, but they're kind of bent while I'm sitting here. And it's not comfortable. I want to be able to stretch my legs out and just sitting here. And then my steering wheel, when I get the NRG quick release, it's going to bring my steering wheel up a little bit more. So I'm going to my hand will be about like right here. So we'll just see what we got going on. But I just want to give you guys an update. I know I've been rambling on this whole video. Been out here for 41 minutes just talking to you guys, but I need to get some content going. I do got some more followers on here, so thank you guys for the likes and follows, and thank you guys for supporting me and being here through my journeys. There's more to come. Just keep on enjoying the videos, guys. But if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell notification down there in the right hand corner so that you know when I'm posting. Peace out, you guys. I'll catch you guys with the next one.